What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be talking about Putin landing in Mongolia, where he was supposed to get arrested by the ICC. But guess what? Seems like Mongolia doesn't care about ICC whatsoever. Russian state television showed Putin's planes landing in the Mongolian capital. The Russian leader is wanted by the Hague-based court for the alleged illegal deportation of Ukrainian children. Kyiv has obviously urged the Mongolian government to arrest him when he is in Mongolia, but Mongolia has completely ignored what they were asking for. In practice, there's not that much that can be done against the Mongolian government. And as you remember, the Kremlin last week has stated that they are not afraid of actually flying into Mongolia, and that they're not concerned that when the plane lands and Putin steps from the airplane that he's gonna get arrested. They were not scared of that. They probably already talked through all of this with the Mongolian government. Pretty sure there's some sort of a deal going on between them. Obviously, we were doing a live stream yesterday and we were talking about this matter. And we have realized that there's not much that's going to happen. There's a very low chance that he's going to get arrested when he lands in Mongolia, that they're just not going to be caring about the ICC. Although, remember back in the day when South Africa had the BRICS summit, for some reason, the Russian president didn't fly over there, and he was actually joining in the summit with a video call. I'm guessing that the South African leadership were not able to resist the ICC and not to arrest him there. That is why he didn't fly over to South Africa back then. What amazes me the most is that the Mongolian government doesn't understand one thing. This way, Putin can see that he's just so powerful and the rest of the world is powerless. And this will also give him an idea that he's not in the wrong. He's the one who is right. And that is the reason why he's not getting arrested. I wonder, would Mongolia face some sort of sanctions after this? Because they basically supported what the current regime is doing right now and what they are doing with neighboring countries and its own citizens. Let's get to the next topic. This was actually quite interesting. Putin was in one of the cities in Russia. I think he was in the Russian region called Tuva, where a child asked him a question, but Putin was not able to answer a question asking him how he would have spent his day if he wasn't a president. Let's check this out. And before we check this out, I want to tell you one thing. When I translate those videos, they are word for word. So, yeah, just check it out. You'll understand what I'm saying right here.
How would you spend your day if you were an ordinary free person that is not the president?
It's hard for me to imagine right now how to express something in subjunctive mood. Do you know what I can say? In my opinion, what I'm about to say is important. The more you do, the more you achieve the result. The more you get something, of course. You need to do everything wisely. Count your time, organize your walking day. But the more you set the task for yourself, the more success you achieve. Therefore, don't be afraid of this. We must do as you are doing now. If there is not enough time for something, then everything is right.
I swear I translated word for word. I know it made absolutely zero sense whatsoever. Like, I don't even understand what the answer to that question was. It had absolutely no connection to the question, and he just bambled on talking about some, what is he talking about? Come on, what is he smoking? How could you even make this up? It was so painful for me to translate this because my brain turned into sludge after trying to understand what he tried to say over there. It is a very simple question, and my answer to his answer is that he doesn't know how to answer it. He's been in power for the past 25 years. He doesn't even see himself as being an ordinary normal person doing what ordinary normal people do. He only understands him being in power, controlling everybody, starting wars, and not doing anything good for the citizens of Russia. And that is why he can't even imagine what his day would be like. It's a simple question. You would have thought that even if he doesn't know, he would have answered like, I'd go to the gym, I'd ride the bicycle in the park. No. He is just out of his mind, it seems like, from this answer that he gave to this little schoolgirl. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm pretty sure that schoolgirl would have given a better answer. So does that make that schoolgirl a better candidate for being a president of Russia? Probably yes. Probably yes. This is also a reason why I think that we should have somebody younger in Russia as the president, so that he would have the younger values, he would understand how the younger generation works, and make the country better. Remove all the corruption, remove all those corrupted people out of the government, change everything, make it simplified, and make it better. Another topic that I wanted to talk about is Putin obviously flew over to Tuva. It is one of the poorest regions in Russia. You could see by this photo right here, it is just not a very pleasant place to live. More than a third of the population in Tuva lives below the poverty line. And 13 years ago, Putin came to Kyzyl to lay the foundation for the construction of a railway. Because, you know, you want to get that little town, city, whatever it is. You know, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know where it is in Russia. But I'll tell you one thing, it is one of those places where the salaries are definitely no more than $300. But I'm not going to be talking about the salaries, because you already know the truth, guys. The salaries aren't the best in Russia, as much as the Western YouTubers that live in Russia say how amazing it is. 14 years have passed, and there is still the only short piece of that railway lying there. And when I say railway, I mean literally like probably 5 meters of a railway, which was supposed to be started maybe like 13, 14 years ago, and absolutely nothing has began. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. In Russia, the corruption is so bad that if there was no corruption, that rail line would have been complete already. But guess what? Because of corruption, it does not happen whatsoever. Before anybody says, do I get beaten up, guys? I don't get beaten up. I found a new hobby. And it's not what you think. It's a bit of archery. And it hits, because I didn't know how to do it the first time, I hit my hand. And you'll probably see some videos about that quite soon, because I still have not forgotten on making some of interesting outdoor activities types of videos. Ooh, I don't know. You know, all the news coming out of Russia, it just becomes absolute nonsense to me. It's crazy what's going on there, and I can't imagine how people are still believing what the current regime is doing. It's like the people who fly over there and make videos about how Russia is amazing for foreigners, now you get stuff done quick, and that there's a new decree that you can apply to and then get yourself a Russian citizenship. But none of them ever tell you that when you get that Russian citizenship and you're from another country, you must serve for your new country. And by serving, you probably will go to Kursk, or you will go on the front line with Ukraine if you get the passport before everything is over. So if you are one of those people flying over there and getting ready to get yourself a new Russian passport, then get it. And to those YouTubers that make videos about how life is amazing in Russia don't have a passport. Wow, my light just died. This is one of those moments, you know, when you don't need a light. Get yourself a passport. You should get yourself a passport. Why don't you show us the process of getting yourself a passport? That would be very interesting to see. And then when you get your passport, I would like to see how your life gets along. I think it'll be quite interesting because, as you know, my plan is to actually end up in the United States of America, and I would love to get an American passport, and I would love to show the whole journey of doing it. But how comes those guys, they don't show any of that? They should really look into getting themselves a passport and then realizing how amazing the government is right now when they are digging trenches, sleeping in the cold trenches while getting shelled. Whew, guys, this is one of those hard videos that I had to make. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to support me, since I still have my banking problems, you could do it through Boosty. The links are going to be in the description. Really appreciate all your support, everybody. Thank you very much for the likes, for the subscriptions. Guys, the channel is growing very rapidly. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll give you a little Easter egg, or not Easter egg, a hint. Soon enough, we're going to be having some interesting podcasts coming out soon. See you guys later.